Okay, now the next step in configuration of the YJKP is to actually configure the hardware, the system itself. So again, using the FFT, you can get to the website just by going to the home page here and open up the home page here, and then go into the web visualization. Alternatively, just say the link and it'll take you there. And the first thing you'll see here um, is the commissioning, or you're on a different tab where you need to get to commissioning. But either way, you can't, well, you're stuck between these two pages because you haven't logged in yet. And if you go back to the quick start guide, it shows you here that the admin and Servo Press Kit are the passwords to get in and log in down here. Okay, so as a recap, admin, Servo Press Kit. So I am going to log in, and my browser's already got the word Servo Press Kit as a thing, and now I'm logged in, and now I can click on the various tabs. Okay. The first thing to understand about this interface here is that just because we have green over here doesn't mean they all have to be green. The adjustment force sensor and the logging do not have to be green. Only the hardware configuration needs to be green, and the homing eventually has to be green in order to run other tasks. But these ones down here are optional. The actual adjust force sensor is for a special customer, and don't change it unless you are that special customer. Configure logging, that is up to you, whether you do one thing or the other. We'll talk about that later. But the first thing we're going to do here is configure hardware. And based upon what you've ordered, you need to input what you've got physically on your machine or your system. So I've got a 0.8 kilonewton servo press that I've purchased. I've got an M0, a single turn motor, 400 millimeter stroke, and a parallel, not engine mount, but it's a parallel access kit. And then you say load by clicking here. And when you're done that, you'll get the green, and it'll update the servo controller via the communication network there. And at that point, you're good to go. The one other thing worth pointing out is that depending on the revision or the version of the software you have, your interface for this commissioning might look a little bit different. For example, on an older version, I had the electric cylinder instead of just the 400 millimeter stroke. The force sensor had to be specified, and so on and so forth, as opposed to what I have minimally now is this layout here. Okay, the next page I want to discuss is the diagnostics page. So this right here will provide you the process diagnostics based upon your program you've edited. This is the device diagnostics, meaning the PLC hardware, and then the interface. So right now I've got the system wired here, so I've got manual and operation. I'm going to leave it in auto for a second and press the home button so that you see that the home button is going off and on. X3.3. Go to manual here and do a start. So this is basically, you can do an IO check. And DI1. And the abort process, it's right there. That has to be high right now with the Evo 3. And servo press activation is another thing that has to be activated on Evo 3. And then you get the servo presses activated feedback, which is the X25-1, and servo press is ready for operation. So there's other features here that show you the variable names if you're actually using them. And right now you see select the field bus as Ethernet IP. So I'm going to go change that right now. So configure system settings, field bus. In order to, actually, so the control highness is the web issue, so that's correct. So if you want to play with this in here, then you have to have the web issue on and not the host being the field bus system, whatever that may be. So that's all correct. So you can see here that the homing is valid now. That's because I'm in manual mode. And I press the homing, you see how it goes off, and then you go into a homing run, and we'll move on to the next thing. So